Man United fans, yes, Mbeumo's official. He's there. He's signed the paperwork. He's a Manchester United player. But before we get into any of that, have a little watch of this with me. Do you think Mbeumo can fix any of this? I mean, this one ain't that bad, but it led to, yeah. Take a look at this one. I mean, come on. Come on. And Mbeumo can't fix none of that, you know. And Mbeumo doesn't help with any of this. Look at the state of that. Ziyech scoring from there. He's tapped that into his own goal. He's thrown that into his own goal. Look at that one. Look at that one. The guy is a liability, mate. An absolute liability. It's just... I want to be excited. I want to be positive, right? I really do. But you just cannot be positive when this issue has not been fixed. Yeah? No Cunha, no Mbeumo. None of that can fix this issue, right? None of that can fix this issue. Let's go through this one more time. Let's go through this again, one last time. I want you to watch this with me carefully, right? Let's go. Look at that. Unbelievable. Again, this one's a bit harsh. It was a decent save, but it needs to react better. Defender should have helped out there. This one here against Brighton is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can't account for that. Even if you had Van Dijk as your centre-back, you can't account for that. Look at this. How does that end up in the goal? How? How does that end up in the goal? Oh my goodness, man. So many times, especially in Europe, we were playing well, we were doing well, and he would absolutely throw it away for us. Look at the state of this. My goodness. Guys, until we fix this Onana issue, right, there's no Mbeumo signing, Cunha signing that's going to get us any better, right? And I know this is a negative way to start this video, but I have to reiterate this point, yeah? With this man still in goal for Manchester United, we are in massive trouble. We are in massive, massive trouble. But moving on to a more positive note, Mbeumo's official, and listen, we were chasing him for a while. It's a fantastic signing, right? And, you know, Sky Sports, the app, always do like a little bit of a stat thing where you can kind of look through and see, you know, all the things he's done from last year, his statistics in regards to crosses, shots on goal, things like that. I'll pop a few of them up on the screen. A lot of them just a bunch of rubbish, let's be honest. Let's not talk about power rankings and XG and all. Mate, I can't be fucked with any of that stuff, right? I go with what my eyes can see, right? Has the player got a good touch? Is he fast? Does he work hard? Does he score goals? Does he link up well with other players? Like, the basics. The eyes don't lie, right? Of course, stats show a lot and give you an idea. We're in a modern era, right? But I'm still old school in the sense where watch a player. Does he work hard? Does he make other players around him better? Yeah? And if the answer is yes to all of that, he's a good player. That's it. End of story. But there was one stat in particular that really stood out for me. And it was this one. It was Bryan Mbeumo's goals and assists earned Brentford 22 points in the Premier League last season. That's insane. That is insane. I've done this quickly, right? I'll try and pop the Premier League table from last season here. If we do the maths, we finished on 42 points. Add 22 points to 42 points. Quick maths, that gets us to 64 points. That puts us in 8th position, right? Just behind Nottingham Forest, who had an amazing season. We go from 15th to 8th, right? 15th to 8th. Adding Mbeumo's 22 points that he earned Brentford last season. providing I understand he has to perform as well as he did last season for us. But listen, here's me being positive and hoping that he does. You add 22 points to us, we finish 8th, right? How many points do you reckon Onana lost us? How many? What do you want to say? 10? Sorry, that's being generous, right? I'm going to say, let's go with 12 points, right? Let's go with 12 points that Onana lost us, yeah? Let's do some quick maths here, right? On the Premier League table from last season. I reckon Onana lost us 12 points. We used to talk about De Gea, right? Earning us, 10, 20 points a season sometimes with some of the saves he made for us most of the time, right? So if we were 8th, right, with the 20, let's say, this is all hypothetical, right? And Mbeumo adds 22 points to us last year, we would finish 8th on 64 points, right? Let's add, I said 12, let's add 10 points. Let's say Onana lost us 10 points last season, yeah? Let's add 10 points, we're on 64. That would put us to 74. Do you want to know where we finish? I mean, it says it there, right? I'll put it on this screen when I edit this, but we finish, what did I say? We were on quick maths, hold on. Jesus, shocking. No wonder I'm doing this and not got a real world job, right? And I'm a personal trainer. So, we would have finished 8th with 62 points, 64 points, right? I've added 10 points to that because Onana would have lost us 10 points. We've agreed that he lost us 10 points. I think he's lost us more, but yeah, we've agreed on that. That would bring us to 74 points. Arsenal finished on 74 points, for goodness sake, in second place. This is how much of an issue this Onana issue is. It's huge. It's huge. This is all hypotheticals, but one fact remains, right? Let's go back here. One fact remains. Mbeumo earned Brentford 22 points in the Premier League last season, right? If he did that for us last season, we would have finished 8th, right? We sort out this Onana problem, right? That's an extra 32 points, right? We would have finished joint second. Maybe third on goal difference because we can't score a goal to save our life, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So Mbeumo's a massively positive signing. There were some other stats that were quite interesting as well. His goals scored, he scored 20, right? That was 4th in the Premier League, which is amazing, right? Expected assists that would put him 1st in the Premier League. I don't know about all this 9.25 nonsense, right? All I know is he was 1st in the Premier League for expected assists. Expected. Again, all that stuff really goes above my head. Crosses attempted, 202 crosses he put into the box. Dallo tries and put a cross in all the bloody time, but he's absolutely shocking at doing it. We can't put a quality ball into the box to save our lives. And Bruno tries to be everywhere, doesn't he? I spoke about this on my last video. He tries to pick it up off the defence. He tries to pick it up off the left wing back, off the right wing back. He tries to be everywhere, Bruno. He tries to take responsibility to do all of this. Finally, we'll have a winger that crosses a ball into the box. He tried 202 crosses. This is another lovely one that I love to read, right? A player that works hard, that puts the miles in. He was 3rd. I'm trying to read how many kilometres that is. Oh, God knows. He was 3rd in the amount of kilometres he ran, over 300 odd kilometres. Amazing. Sprints, he was 3rd also. Sorry, my eyesight's shocking. I'm not wearing my glasses. So all of these things are massively, massively positive, right? And if he adds 22 points to us as well next year, at least we're not in a relegation scrap and we're in the top 10. Finishing on this point, we need to fix this Onana issue, right? The minute we fix this Onana issue, I think that adds 10 points to us also. So just by getting Mbeumo in, which we've done, forget about Cunha for a second, because, yeah, fingers crossed he adds another 10 points also. But this is me getting a bit out of hand here. Let's just stick on these points. And Mbeumo repeats what he did last year, adds 22 points to Man United. Onana, we fixed this problem. That is André Onana. Huge problem. Such a problem. I'm going to repeat this again. Ten Hag's just bought a keeper, and it ain't his boy. It ain't his boy that he's bought, right? But if we fix this Onana issue, and let's say that adds us another 10 points, it's an extra 32 points. And if you add 32 points to where we finished last year, that would put us in third position on the same points as Arsenal, 74 points. Take from that what you want. But that's how important the Mbeumo signing is. And that's how important it is fixing this Onana problem. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if I'm talking out of my arse here. I'm just reading what I see and sharing my thoughts with you. That's why I do this. But it's looking positive. But without fixing that problem, we're in trouble. Anyway, moving on. Gyökeres, we finally got, I wish it was us. Over the last few days, we got the Man United are hijacking the deal. And I've said it a few times over the last few videos. I've still got a slight feeling. I've still got a slight feeling that Amorim can pick up that phone. Maybe I'm still in Fergie land. When Fergie used to pick up a phone and say, mate, come and play for us, and it was done. I still had that slight feeling that Amorim could pick up that phone and sign up his boy Gyökeres. And then when all these Man United are hijacking the deal, I was like, oh my God, we're going to go and do it again. We're going to have the last laugh on Arsenal. And I was getting excited, I ain't going to lie. But no, we've got a here we go. It's still not over the line, but we've got a here we go from Fabrizio Romano today. So looks like they have got him, and it's another striker we've missed out on. Sticking on Arsenal before I move on. I mean, yeah. The Arsenal fans already being typical Arsenal fans, not even calling him Gyökeres, they're calling him Glockeres. Yeah, gunman. I tell you guys, if you guys don't win the league, you have no excuses. And I don't think you will. I think you'll be bridesmaids again. I think Liverpool are strengthened, although, look, I believe Slot won that Premier League with Klopp's team. The only signing that Slot made was Chiesa, and he didn't use him. Not taking anything away from him, but that was a Klopp team. Now Slot has bought quite a few players, and a lot of them are quality players. I'm not saying they're not. I think they've just confirmed Ekatike, whatever his name is, who's a decent player. He's got good stats. Seems to be a great signing. So they have improved. They have improved. But have they? Can Slot, this is his signings now, can he gel it? So question marks are there on Liverpool, but they're the champs. I mean, if Salah won the league on his own. He won the league on his own. I think he was 8th in the Ballon d'Or rankings, by the way, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what's that about? I'm going to call it out for what it is. Is it? I mean, what's the deal here? What's the deal here? I know he didn't win the Champions League and he didn't show up in certain games. The guy walked the Premier League alone. He shouldn't be 8th in the Ballon d'Or. Top 3 at least. Salah was phenomenal last year. But yeah, fact of the matter is if Salah shows up next year, Liverpool could win it again. He's that type. I mean, he's phenomenal, right, when he shows up. So there is question marks over Liverpool and Slot, and can he do it with his signings? But I think they're still stronger than Arsenal by far. Man City could reawaken. They could reawaken. The jury's out for that. The question mark's there, but they could reawaken. And there's another team, that we haven't spoken about, but they're there. They've just thrashed PSG a week or so, wherever it was ago, and that's Chelsea. They've strengthened. They look solid as well, and they've shipped off their rubbish to Arsenal, right? And whoever else they ship off their rubbish to, and get new players in to suit their style. And listen, you got to give it to them. They're always there or thereabouts and find a way to be successful. And don't be surprised if Chelsea come out of nowhere and win the Premier League. So, great signing for Arsenal, but I still believe they'll be bridesmaids once again. My prediction here, it's early days. I still want to see what the transfer window is come the end. I believe Arsenal will finish 3rd. Big call there. And yeah, we're going to see this now all season. This nonsense. Can I have 5 bottles of bleach, please? 4 lines if you've seen it. Nonsense celebration. Of course, if he signed for Man United, I'll be gassed on it and I'll be doing it myself. So a bit of a hater vibe there. But yeah, let's see what happens. No excuses for Arsenal now. fantastic transfer window really for them. Fair play. I still don't think they'll win it, but fair play. But yes, as for us, another striker we've missed out on. But I ain't that stressed about a striker. I'm not going back to the original point of this video, but I'll rather play Mbeumo false 9. I mentioned this in a previous video. Just play Mbeumo false 9. I might even put the team that I created here that I want and how I would play it. I'll remind it and put it here. I'd play Mbeumo false 9, right? And find a way to fix this goalkeeping situation. And the truth is, the fact of the matter is, our midfield, he doesn't want to play Ugarte and Casemiro. That's where I think we should go with it and give that a run. We haven't had a top midfielder that knows how to control the game, calm it down, pass through the lines since Michael Carrick. We haven't had it. And yeah, there's a reason we are where we are. Because since him, we've not replaced him. We've not replaced Michael Carrick. And we've gone through so many managers trying to sort this midfield. And we just cannot sort this midfield. I'd rather spend the money, and someone commented this on one of my pages, the YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram, I don't remember which one. I'll try and find it and put it up here. And he made a great point. I'd rather spend the money on a top-class midfielder that can do that job. But God knows where they are now. God knows where they are now. No one comes to mind. No one comes to mind. I mean, I'd love a Vitinha, right? But we're never going to get Vitinha off PSG, right? But a player like that can just take the ball anywhere. You can give it to him anywhere. You can give it to him surrounded by 5 players and he'll pop it off, get through there, keep the ball turning over. We need that. And I'd rather spend that money on a midfielder that can do that for us, right? And will be a serious threat for top 4 if we can do that. But let's see. Let's see what happens. In other news, Anthony, Sancho, Garnacho, they've not gone to pre-season. So, look, fair play to Amorim. He's wanting to get rid of the deadwood and the stinky attitude, the smelly attitude players that are in the squad. I feel a bit sorry for Anthony. I'm not going to say he's got a smelly attitude. I mean, him coming on doing this screw face wasn't the greatest of look and his little pirouette. But he works hard, like, and he is passionate, like. And he did well for Betis. I understand it's the Spanish league, but I feel a bit bad for Anthony. But yeah, I did mention in my last video, I'll keep Anthony and keep him as a right wing back as a backup for Ahmad ahead of Dalot. But so glad to see Garnacho and Sancho being left out. God knows where they're going to end up. I think Sancho's going to end up at Juventus, Garnacho at Napoli. I wish we could use this for some sort of swap deal, but it is what it is. It looks like they're on their way out. Speaking of a striker, I've got a bit of a question for you guys that follow me, that have subscribed and that listen to my stuff. We're struggling to get a striker. We missed out on Rory Delap. We missed out on Liam Delap, right? I was saying his dad's name. We missed out on Gyökeres, obviously. I mean, I don't think we were ever going to get him. Who else have we missed out on? I mean, we missed out on so many. We're being linked with SESKO. We're being linked with Jackson. I don't want any of them, you know. SESKO, Mr. Tesco. I mean, I watched him against Portugal in one game. He had a one-on-one and he fluffed it. He only scored about 13 goals in the Bundesliga. No, thank you. No, thank you. Jackson, he works hard. He runs hard. But hear me out. Hear me out. Darwin Núñez. I understand he's a Liverpool lad. He's out of favour. They've bought Ekatike. Hopefully I'm saying this geezer's name right. I'm shocking with names as well. Would you take Darwin Núñez? I would take Darwin Núñez ahead of SESKO and ahead of Jackson. So, I don't care if he's played for Liverpool, whatever. He's got a point to prove. Come to United and smash it, mate. He was unbelievable for Benfica. And there is a player there. There is a player there. He was just struggling to fit in that Liverpool system, right? Would you take Darwin Núñez? I would take Darwin Núñez, and I think we could get him for 30, 40 million. And I think he'd give you 15 goals. I need to see how many goals he got last year, but I would take Darwin Núñez, guys. I mean, you let me know what you think. Would you take Darwin Núñez at Man United? Darwin Núñez, goals 2024, 2025. Let's see. Oh, blimey. That can't be right, surely. Geezer hardly played. Let's have a look at this. It says he's got 5 goals. Surely that's not right. God blimey. Mate, that's a shocking. If that's what he got, that is shocking. No wonder they want rid of this geezer. Listen. Yeah, had 5 goals, 2 assists in 30 appearances in the Premier League. Blimey. The geezer's powerful though. He's got tech on him. He scores screamers. Wow, that's up. I can't believe that statistic. That's made me look like a right wally. Let me know what you think. I would take Darwin Núñez and give him a chance ahead of Jackson, ahead of SESKO. Straight up. I'll still stick by that. You let me know what you think. Last one to finish on, guys, that I wanted to pop up on the screen here. Alvaro Fernandez, yeah, who used to play for Man United. I'll pop this up on the screen so you can read it for yourself, yeah. A year ago, he was at Man United, having had a loan spell at Benfica, yeah? I mean, listen, a lot of talent go to Benfica. Benfica create a lot of talent. I mean, the list goes on of the players that they've sold to the Premier League and that have been fantastic. And United sold him to Benfica for 8 million. Within that deal, they had an agreement they could sign him back for 15 million in January. They looked at him in January and decided not to re-sign him and signed Patrick Dorgu for close to 30 million. Now, 6 months later, Alvaro has gone to Real Madrid for 50 million. And I get a lot of comments. You're being too harsh on Dorgu. You're being too harsh on Leon. It's his first game. I get it. But, I mean, there was a time we'd sign a player and straight away in his first game, you'd see why we'd sign him. Why we signed him. His touch, the way he's moved, his energy, everything. I feel like everyone we sign now needs 6 months to get embedded. And they never do. They never do. This is a perfect example of my trust in the players we sign is still not there. I mean, this fella's gone to Real Madrid for 50 million. And we sold him for 8 and had an option to buy him back for 15 million. Why have we gone and got Patrick Dorgu? I mean, listen, he's got time to show. Dorgu has potential. I'm being very harsh here. He's fit, he's strong, he does run forward with the ball, yeah? He is progressive with the ball, he's up and down. The geezer's decent. It's just his end product that is bang average and needs to improve. I used him as an example and spoke like he was a replacement for Wan-Bissaka in my previous... No. I was making the point that we got Dorgu, right, to bring the ball up on that left wing-back side. Yeah, I'm aware Wan-Bissaka played right wing-back. We got Mazraoui for that. Mazraoui's absolutely fallen off a cliff. He started well. He's fallen off a cliff. The point I was making is Wan-Bissaka could play on that left wing back. Yeah, he's done it for us a few times and still be better than Dorgu's shown. Seriously. Anyway, we've gone backwards in certain positions, and I'm just worried about some of the signings we've made. You know, and it's worrying. It is worrying. But on a positive note, and Mbeumo, as we said at the start of this video, it's looking good. Cunha's looking good. If we can fix the goalkeeper position, get Darwin Núñez, hear me out, get Darwin Núñez on a cheap 30 to 40 million. Grab a midfielder that can collect the ball anywhere. Find someone that can collect the ball anywhere and bring it out with quality to link the defence to the attack. Yeah, I ain't no professional. You man are. Yeah, find a midfielder that can do that. Please do whatever it takes, right? If we can do that, guys, we're looking at top 4. Facts. Of course, sort the Onana problem out. Sorry, I've blabbed a bit on this one. I'm tired. It's been a long week. I'm a bit dejected with the Gyökeres. Here we go. I ain't going to lie. Deep down, I thought we were going to trump Arsenal on that one. But here's another video for you guys. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. I think I'm on 296 subscribers, so nearly on 300, which is absolutely unbelievable. Please continue to subscribe. If you're watching this video, that one click of subscribe could get me close to that 300, so please do so. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Catch you on the next video.